Hey, Liam, you got a second?
Huh?
No, not huh. I'm your boss. Maybe act a little concerned when I talk to you.
What is it? I can talk a little more carefully, but it's kind of weird to talk like I'm concerned when I'm not concerned about anything you have to say to me.
You need to be careful. I've been at this company for a lot longer than you.
I'm seriously tired of all these boomers who are acting like they're so amazing because they've worked here for so long. So, what is it? There, are you happy? I'm concerned. And keep it short if you don't mind.
I'm your direct boss. And so as much as I don't want to, my job is to manage you. About your attitude. A lot of other employees aren't really enjoying your attitude, and some are even complaining. It's not just freak complaints either. There are quite a few. I'm really hoping you'll change your behavior.
What? What are you talking about, my attitude and behavior?
When we're having a conference with Global Para United, you were acting pretty terrible towards the other company's sales rep. When you behave like that, you put our company and our jobs on the line. You came into our department earlier this spring, but we've been working with GPU and their sales rep for quite a long time now. Please, be on your best behavior and try not to be rude to him anymore.
What? I didn't do anything wrong. That clown graduated from some no-name college. And yet here he is with a second-rate degree. Coming to presentations with a huge corporation like ours, I'm actually impressed that he has the audacity to do that. I just told him how I really felt about him. I'm sure he didn't have an understanding of the items he was actually selling. So I just tested him a little bit.
Yeah, and the sales rep was answering your questions with no flaws. That person works really hard. We actually have reviewed him and told his company that we love him as our rep. Because of that man, we were able to enjoy our fresh supply of pears, so please do not act like that in front of him again.
You're really texting me that right now? You must have had a lot of free time on your hands.
When I try to talk to you in person, you scurry away like a child.
Oh, come on, I wasn't running away. You always just come and talk to me right as I was about to go to the bathroom.
Yeah, that's not my problem.
Because how could GPU even send us a low-life, poor-educated man? That company must be pretty rotten. They should go under and take their stupid pears with them.
You better cut it out. After looking at how you've been working, it's pointless to talk about their education background.
Huh? You literally didn't even go to college, Steven. And here you are telling me, who went to a huge college, what to do. You're going to tell me what to do? You really should rethink your actions and what they mean.
I just told you it's not about educational history or background.
Look, let me tell you. The only person who can talk about educational background and history and how none of it matters are people who have a good educational background. In other words, you, Steven, can't tell me anything about education, capiche? Don't act like you're so damn special just because you started working here sooner than I did. Besides, I'm not like you and the other grunts. I'm the executive manager's son. My mom is the CEO's niece. I was promised an executive position when I started working here. I'm not like you who's gonna be used up like a company pawn and eventually disappear into some random third-rate company. We're completely different animals, you and I. Now, if you understand that point, please shut up and support me without any more complaints. So what? You're my boss and I answer to you. I'm going to be giving you orders real soon. So you better start kissing my ass for your own good.
I'm just giving you some advice, some common sense. I wish you'd use that brilliant brain of yours before you do anything.
Why are you acting like you're so smart? You work some dead-end management position with no college degree. Don't tell me what to do. I was born elite, do you understand me? I'm not like you, Steven. You need to stay where you belong and act accordingly. You just support your elite overlords.
Are you sure you should be talking like that?
What?
After you left earlier, we were all talking about something in the office.
What?
You really don't know, do you? The executive manager is being accused of sexual harassment and adultery.
What? What are you talking about? My dad would never do such a thing.
Apparently, one of the new hires spoke out about it. HR is doing their research about it. Apparently, he's being quite interested in a lot of the new hires, and now they're about to punish him because there were too many complaints.
What? There's no way.
The CEO was pretty ticked off too. He was angry that he would use his position of power to abuse newly hired women.
My dad wouldn't do that.
And the person who was spurring on the new hires to spend time around your dad, yeah, that was you, wasn't it?
Huh? What are you talking about?
You would call up the newly hired women and had them talk to your father on purpose, right? He's kind of a piece of work, to put it nicely, too. But you're also kind of a piece of shit, huh?
You don't even have any proof of that. Don't start talking trash. I was asked by my father to give special instruction to the new hires. I just asked them individually while in private. I figured that since my father was calling them up, that they would be really nervous. I just acted as a middle-aged man is all.
So, you're gonna take the stance that you don't know it all?
He hasn't done any kind of sexual harassment. He's my dad.
You realize that over 10 of the female employees have all grouped together to file for sexual harassment, right?
You're kidding, right?
Yeah, the executive manager? He's gonna be screwed.
That's not true. Mom would never believe that crap either. I'm the son of my mom, who is the niece of the CEO. My status doesn't change.
I hope so, for your sake.
What? What do you mean?
This whole thing. Apparently the CEO is on the punishment as well.
What?
Apparently a lot of the executives are gonna be cleaned out.
There's no way that's true. Stop spreading false rumors about this.
Maybe you should go home. Talk to your parents, the source of all this, right? This is all I can tell you about this anyway. I gotta go talk to HR about how you've been working anyway.
How I've been working? Why?
I told you I was your direct manager. Yes, yours truly. The guy with no college degree. This whole sexual harassment thing has brought your termination or suspension as a potential course of action, so I was called up to report on your regular workplace behavior. I finally get to give a detailed review.
My workplace behavior? Wait a second. I worked hard every day, right? I did what I was told to. I worked harder than anyone else in the office.
I mean, you did work fairly hard, but I've warned you time and time again about your behavior. But you've never gotten better. You almost ruined our relationship with one of our oldest clients. I remember the whole conversation that took place with the GPU sales rep. I don't think I can let that kind of thing fly. I told you about it and warned you as a sort of final warning, but apparently it wasn't useful at all.
What are you gonna report about me?
For starters, is that really how you should be talking to your boss?
Sorry, sir. Please don't say anything bad in your review. I would have a really difficult time finding another job if I'm fired.
Yeah, I know. Before you're able to start work here because of your connections. You couldn't find a job at all. You were a NEET for 2 years, right?
How the hell did you know about that? How did you hear such a thing, sir?
I know about my employees. It's pretty incredible, really. You went to such a prestigious university but couldn't find a job. I think that's actually pretty tough to do.
I don't want you, who never went to university, to tell me how difficult it was, sir.
I don't know how many times I have to tell you. It has nothing to do with educational history. I'm literally your boss. I wanted to leave a good review for you, but I don't think that's gonna be possible. Sorry about that, Liam.
What? Hang on, please, hang on a second! I'll apologize for everything I've done up until this point. Please don't talk to HR and tell them all the bad things about me. I'm sure the thing with my dad is some kind of mistake. And once we can prove that, I think everything will just go back to normal. Can you just hang on a second?
I don't need to wait. No matter what happens to the executive or the CEO, what I can do as your boss is report exactly what kind of attitude you had during your work hours.
Hang on a second, I'll be more careful with how I talk to people, and I'll make a formal apology to the sales rep. I finally found a girlfriend! When I told her that I worked here, she seemed to really think highly of me, so I really don't want to quit this job. I really don't want to lose this girl!
I don't really care about your private life.
I even have a family, too! I even have a girlfriend right now! How could you abandon me like that? Maybe you should think about taking care of your employees. Do you have any kind of mercy at all? Or is it just because I went to a famous university? You must be some kind of jealous, huh?
I don't really care about your college at all. Everyone you've been taunting up until this point, me, the sales rep from GPU, we all have families too. Everyone you've ever looked down on and treated accordingly have important people in their lives. You really shouldn't have focused on your parents' title or some kind of education you paid your way through. You should have focused on your personality instead. Well, I didn't know you for long, but goodbye.
Hang on, I'm treating you with respect. Feel special.
Yeah, that's incredible.
You don't mean that at all.
Yeah, you're kind of just a bother at this point. I'll talk to you once you're at work. If you still have a chance to talk, that is. After that incident, a lot of different crimes started showing up that the executive and his son were involved in. The executive cabinet were all being swapped out. Liam was able to avoid being prosecuted, but as a result of the honest reporting from Mr. Stephen, he was going to be moved away to a factory that was far from corporate. He started working as a sales rep there and ended up stumbling into the sales rep from GPU. He tried to apologize, but because of Liam, the relationship with GPU was pretty bad. The factory had closed down as a result. It's important to treat everyone you come across with respect, no matter who you are or who they are.
I'm going to eat out tonight as well because I can't stand the way that you smell. You have no choice but to eat on your own. No one wants to be around you.
Melanie, you're being very unreasonable and hurtful. I have feelings, you know. Please don't hurt me like this. Do you enjoy tormenting me every day?
I'm not tormenting you. I'm simply telling you the truth. The truth hurts sometimes. If you don't want me to look down on you, go find yourself a better job. I don't want to spend another minute with you if you're going to continue working as a construction worker. But I guess it's too late now. I'm sure it's not easy for a construction worker to change over to a different job.
What do you mean by that?
Well, you're 40 now. It's not easy to find a new job at your age. I can't believe that I put up with you for 20 years. I should have left you sooner. Oh, I'm so ready to leave you for good.
How about you listen to what I have to say to you first? Don't make any rash decisions. You have it all wrong. I'm not a construction worker anymore. You haven't taken any interest in me these past few years. And you never listen to anything that I say to you. But as husband and wife, shouldn't we try to understand one another by talking to each other?
Do you still plan on staying married to me? Don't make me laugh.
We're still married and I consider you to be my wife. Why aren't you willing to put any effort into making our marriage work? I know that when I worked as a construction worker, I wasn't able to help out with the house or raise Lisa, but I've changed now. I'd like you to hear me out. And can you please stop avoiding me? We should have dinner together. We're a family after all.
I hate being with you. I don't want to eat dinner with you. You need to understand that. I don't love you anymore, and I want you to leave me alone.
Lisa is going to go to university soon, which means that we'll have more time together, just the two of us. That's why I like to take the time to work on our marriage. I want to be happy with you again. I don't want to give up on us.
That totally grosses me out. I'm not interested in staying married to a loser like you.
What did I ever do to you to deserve this? You may not think that I'm rich, but I've been supporting you and Lisa financially all these years. Shouldn't you be more grateful?
You should know that Lisa doesn't want to continue living with you either.
That's because you tell her all these negative things about me. You've brainwashed her. I've been nothing but a great husband and father. You made fun of my job in front of Lisa. That's why she doesn't respect me. What's wrong with construction work anyway? If you had treated me with more respect, the things between Lisa and I wouldn't have gotten this bad.
Lisa was really embarrassed of the fact that her father was a construction worker. You know that?
Did she tell you that?
She didn't have to. I know how she feels. She's happy that I'm finally leaving you. I'm ending our marriage.
Are you serious about that?
I'll wait until Lisa graduates high school, but after that, you're on your own. So please don't try to stop me. I've made up my mind.
So you just gotta ignore my feelings then? You don't care that I still want to work on our marriage?
You should be happy that I bothered to make you breakfast. I'm not all that mean. But you have to know that I don't enjoy talking to you. You turn me off. I don't know why I married you in the first place. What was I thinking?
Do you have to be so cruel to me? If you're not willing to sit down and talk with me, I'm gonna have a chat with Lisa. She may be more understanding than you are.
Well, you shouldn't expect so much from her. Otherwise, you'll be let down. To us, you're like an old bank account. One that we won't be using anymore because we have no use for it.
Wow, you really don't hold back, do you? Fine, I get it now. Lisa, what time are you coming home tonight? I'll be waiting for you at home with dinner on the table. I'd like to catch up with you as we haven't had much time to talk to each other these days.
Why would I want to have dinner with you? I'd rather not eat if I have to choose between having dinner with you.
Why do you hate me so much? Was I a bad father to you? I know that your mother doesn't say nice things about me, but you shouldn't believe every word that comes out of her mouth. For one thing, she shouldn't look down on construction workers. I've worked really hard so that you two could have a happy life. Doesn't that mean anything to you?
Not really. It was your choice to get married and have me. It's your responsibility as my father to take care of me. That doesn't make me love you, though. Mom taught me a good lesson, though. I know not to marry a man that doesn't make much money.
I'm gonna pay for university tuition. Shouldn't you be nicer to me?
I'm going to find another way to pay for university. I don't want to rely on you anymore. I want to cut all ties with you. I'm 18 now. I can take care of myself. Besides, I want Mom to divorce you and be happy again. If she marries her boyfriend, she can finally have the happy life she deserves.
Boyfriend? What the hell are you talking about?
Forget I said anything. Nothing. I'm busy now. I gotta go. Bye.
Let me ask you one last question. Are you saying that you no longer consider me to be your father?
I've never considered you to be my father. You just didn't know it, that's all.
What?
I've always thought that you were a loser. Never understood why Mom chose to marry you. I'm going to continue studying hard even when I go to university. I don't want to end scum like you. You didn't even go to high school. I'm embarrassed about the fact that you're so uneducated. Now that Mom is finally divorcing you, We're going to be strangers. Bye, asshole.
Thanks for letting me know how you really feel about me. I've now made the decision to divorce your mother just like she wants me to.
I need you to pack up your things and get ready to move out of the house. I was planning to wait until Lisa graduated high school, but we can't take it anymore. Since you know how we both feel, there's no need to play nice anymore. We want you out of the house as soon as possible.
Fine, if that's what you both want. But you should know that I was the one that bought this house and it's under my name.
But Lisa and I will be living here, just the two of us from now on. How about you just give up the house? You're single now. You don't need this much space. I'll be sending you the divorce papers soon.
I don't intend to fight back. I'll move out of the house just like you want me to. I'm still mad at you for the fact that you didn't give me the chance to talk about my side of the story though. But whatever, it's over between us. I'm sure you'll come to regret your decision.
As if. This is the happiest moment of my life. I should have left you sooner. Don't know why I waited so long. The only thing I ask of you now is that you pay for Lisa's university tuition.
Yes, well, I'm gonna contact the movers now so that I can move out as quickly as possible. I considered you and Lisa to be my precious family, but not anymore. I can't believe that I felt that way about you two. You didn't deserve my love.
Yes, whatever. We don't care. Please don't get in touch with us anymore.
I won't. You'll just regret kicking me out of the house though, I can tell you that. But you both deserve whatever punishment comes your way. Bye now.
You said you were moving out today, right? How long is it going to take for you to move out? When are you going to leave the house? Could you please hurry? I want to change the locks.
Why are you so desperate? I'm starting to pity you.
Why would you say such a thing? I couldn't be happier to have you out of the house. I've already filed the divorce papers. I can't wait for this to be all over.
I'm just waiting for someone to come pick me up. I'll be out your hair soon.
Who's coming to pick you up? You should see yourself out. We don't want to spend a minute more with you under the same roof.
My limo's here. I'm out of here.
What the hell? A limo?
Did you see it? I'm off to a board meeting and tonight I'm moving into a high-rise condo.
I don't get it. What's going on?
I'm moving out, just like you wanted me to. My driver came to pick me up so that I wouldn't be late for my meeting. I just wanted you to witness that since you've been making fun of me for such a long time. I'm going now.
Wait, explain to me what's going on.
Why should I? We're no longer family. I don't have an obligation to tell you. You didn't have to listen to me anymore. That's what you always wanted.
But I want to know! Tell me! Why do you have a limo and a driver? It doesn't make any sense!
It doesn't need to make sense to you. You had many opportunities to sit down and listen to me, but you chose not to. It's too late now. You don't need to know.
No what? What are you hiding from me?
You assumed that I was a construction worker all these years, but I wasn't. I started my own company and I'm my own boss now. I'm very successful, you know.
What company? How did I not know this?
I'm now the CEO of a fairly large construction company.
You've got to be kidding me. Don't lie to me. You're not capable of running a successful business. I know it.
I don't care what you think of me anymore, but you're obviously intrigued. Otherwise, you wouldn't be asking me so many questions. And after seeing my limo, you're worried that what I said might be true.
Is it true, though? Are you really a CEO?
I started my own company a few years ago, and things are going really well for me. And I've diversified the business quite a bit. I'm so successful that I have my own driver that picks me up for work in a limo every day.
I bet you're lying. I only saw the limo once. You could have just rented one to try and make me jealous.
I usually ask my driver to park away from the house because I didn't want the car to be in the way of our neighbors. And up until today, I didn't want my driver knowing the exact location of my house. But since I'm moving out now, I asked my driver to come all the way to the house.
I still don't believe you. Are you really some big shot?
Yes, I am. You always look down on me, but the people that I work with all look up to me. You assumed that I didn't make much money, but you were wrong.
I guess I wasn't interested in you enough to care.
Well, you should have noticed. I put more than enough money into our bank accounts, and I let you buy anything you want with your credit card. You should have been more grateful. You shouldn't make assumptions about someone's profession without getting to know what they do. I'm really disappointed in both you and Lisa.
I had no idea you made so much money. Why didn't you tell us?
I did many times, you just weren't listening to me.
Really? Because I don't remember.
A few years back, I told you that I was starting my own company, but you laughed in my face. That was 8 years ago. I realized that you had no interest whatsoever in my life, so I stopped telling you these things. But don't worry, I won't sue, ask you to pay me alimony for cheating on me.
What are you talking about?
Don't play dumb with me. Don't ever show your face in front of me ever again. Lisa is now 18 years old, which means I don't have an obligation to pay child support. I paid off our mortgage, so there really is nothing left for me to do. Now, leave me alone.
I had no idea you did so much for Lisa and I.
Also, your good-looking boyfriend who claims to be a successful businessman is a con artist, so you should be careful.
What do you mean? What are you talking about?
When I found out that you were cheating on me, I hired a private investigator to look into your boyfriend. I could have asked you to pay me alimony for cheating on me, but I felt sorry for you seeing that you were dating a con artist. Besides, you're gonna need to hold on to your money now that we're divorced. I don't intend on supporting you financially ever again. Bye.
There's too much information here. I'm confused. My boyfriend is a con artist?
But if you love him anyway, I won't stop you. You're single now. You can do whatever you like. We should each enjoy the remainder of our lives.
Oh, wait. I think we need to talk.
It's too late to talk now. It's over. We're divorced, and I don't want to see you ever again. You finally got rid of me. Aren't you happy? Later, bitch!
In the end, Melanie got what she deserved. Her husband, Ted, didn't want anything to do with her anymore after how she had mistreated him all these years. She had no idea that Ted was a successful CEO, running multiple businesses. Melanie had intended on getting her boyfriend to help out with Lisa's university tuition, but since he turned out to be a con artist, things didn't go as planned. It turned out that the boyfriend had used all of Melanie's savings, and Melanie and Lisa were forced to live a life of frugality. Lisa may not even be able to go to university as planned because her mother could no longer afford it. If only the two of them had appreciated Ted's efforts more.